Right, I guess this is my video log. Just got youngest child off on her PGL school trip, and that was a hassle. I had to get it all done, get her packed, everything. And of course, we'd left a few things on the table, so the school calls. I even had the headmistress. They're so nice at the school. They help me so much, and I take every care to thank them and bring them some biscuits at regular intervals to reflect the fact how much they are helping me. Anyway, she's gone off on her PGL. I managed just to make it back. I had to take her to school, check she's okay, be with her, be the daddy, till she went in through the gates. Then I had to rush across town to make a meeting with some guys, some teams that are really helping me, where you could really move things forward. So, just call them the Swiss team for the moment. That's all positive, but the last 4 days working with them are just bending my mind, coming up with ideas on what we can do and putting things together. But that is in development. Anyway, I had to run back. I even had the headmistress, but she's so nice. And, big school, she takes the time to phone me. Run back, got the last things with someone on the kitchen table. But, Zarina packed her own bag. I checked it. But, of course, one of the mistresses had phoned me earlier. By the way, Zarina packed the bag. Yes, but I did check it. However, we're missing some things. Okay. I took Jessica to school. She'd missed the last 2 days. I took her to school. She cried all the way. Bam, this headache, stomach ache. Diagnosed as ADHD. I've had to medicate her. We started medication. I wish I could have done this non-medicated. We tried everything. We tried a keto diet for an 11-year-old. That's hardcore. She went all with it. She's such a good girl, but she's in so much pain, so much of the time. And then we've got problems at home, and we're going to have to resolve that problem at home. That just, how much of that is due to the stress that I've been under. Me not being as present at home because of all the work I had to do. But that's history. That's happened. Then there's the no money, and now I've got to go and open all those letters that I just hadn't opened from the tax man and go through that. And it's just, sticking your head in the sand doesn't work. Then I'm going to have to borrow some money, raise some funds, pay the tax man. That needs doing. That's got to go forward. And I just heard that someone's written an article. Do I call him my arch nemesis? I guess I've never, don't know the guy. But he's written an article on mewing, and it would be interesting to see. It will probably hurt me to read it all. I wonder how that will look a decade's time, how the actions of this and other individuals within my profession, my speciality, my colleagues, I wonder how their actions will be seen at some point down the line. I've tried to do the right thing, the scientific thing, to do well for all those around me. One of my mottos is to make someone smile every day, whether that be someone on the street, someone I run into, someone in a shop. I've got to keep that within me, that spirituality, that essence, that, I have to be good. Yeah, I have to not cross people. I've got to the place I am. Well, where am I? I'm bust. I'm suspended. I'm the butt of jokes within my community. I'm the example of bad science for many people, which it just hurts. I guess there's no longer is there the abject criticism towards my father that was one of the hardest things to take. He is dead, so he can't take them personally. I mean, I wonder how I will feel with the next tranche of criticism that I will inevitably face about my father now that he's died. That will be tough, but you have to learn to accept that. I have to learn, I've been martyred. I was given the everyday opportunity to renounce my beliefs at the end of the trial at the General Dental Council, and they would have let me off with, probably, I'm certain they were going to let me practice. You could see that, the way they looked at each other when we gave our response to their initial determination, when they had to decide how they were going to treat me. Remember, the only options they've got is it's a professional tribunal. The only option they've got is to decide whether or not I can continue to work. And you could see the way they looked at each other when we read our statement saying, look, this is what I believe is the truth. I can't renege on what I believe is the truth. I can't, and anyway, they then were left with no option but to remove my license. And now we're waiting on the initial determination from the High Court. Of course, this just drags on all the time. I can't work. I can't do anything. I've got lists of people who want a consultation with me. I could make a better income just doing consultations than I ever made running that clinic. It wasn't profitable. With the base end, I spent my entire life, as they say in British, buy, borrow, stealing, trying to get help, trying to engage with the professionals, my colleagues. And yeah, it's tough trying to do that. Now, hopefully things will change. But again, I have to, it's all self-belief. I have to believe I'm right. I know I'm right. I have to believe I can turn this all around. I have to believe that, last 2 years has cost me 2 million. Basically everything I've ever made. And I plowed a huge amount of my inheritance into that. And I've got nothing to show for it. And then I am sure the next thing, the next hearing we go to at the High Court hasn't been paid for. Where do I get the money for that? And it's just tough. It just is really, really tough. And the effect on the home life is just, it's brutal. So I ran back from the meeting this morning with the Swiss team. I just made it to give daughter number 2 the things we'd forgotten. The school's quite close. I slammed the car on the double yellow lines, grabbed the stuff, ran over there, come back, just removed the car. And I've just been sitting in the car for the last couple of minutes thinking, we're having a calm moment. Right, I remember, I cannot pass another child in the street whose face hasn't grown well and not do anything to try and gain change. It's crying crumbs. We've got to make a better future for humanity. And am I just up my own goddamn arse making a comment like that? Life is hard. It's really hard. I'm just I can feel the tension in myself all the time. All the time. It's just, I'm wired all the time. It's really hard, you've got to make clear, consciously, the right decisions now for the long term, for the future. And to do that in this state it really takes some doing. And belief I'm right, believe I'm going in the right direction. Many things are going in the right direction, but anyway, okay, here's changing the world.